that means I'm going somewhere. When you see me slam that truck door on video. Anyway, a little bit of snow still left in the yard here. There was about 3 feet of snow on the ground when we left to go to Florida, and I'm happy to see most of it melted away. Heck, you couldn't even see over the fence right there dividing the neighbor's yard. It was as tall as it before we went to Florida. But we've had some mild weather since we've been gone and since we've gotten back home. I was already supposed to be in Nebraska right now hunting, but I've been having trouble getting hold of anyone at the reservation I'm going to hunt. Shotgun season is open there at the reservation in Nebraska. Bow season is open for state of Nebraska's regular state land. And so I couldn't get a hold of anyone to find out if I was going to have tags available when I got there. So I packed up my bow as a backup plan that if that was the case, when I got there, I'd just go hunt some state land with my bow. I'd much rather hunt with my shotgun. Nothing like that boom to finalize a hunt. Anyway, finally got a hold of someone just a little bit ago. There are tags there waiting on me, so I'm gonna hop in the truck here and we're gonna get started. Hopefully if I get there in time, I can get a quick hunt. If not, I can roost some birds. I won't bore you guys with the long drive over there. Next time you see me, we'll be heading out into the woods and hopefully try to roost a bird or kill one. Well, we made it. Nebraska. Picked up my tags, but I didn't get here as early as I was hoping. We got about 20, well, maybe a little bit longer than that. 30 minutes or so before the sun starts to set. So instead of going in here and potentially busting up some birds in spots I think they might be, I'm gonna go close to that area, blast it from the road. I got my owl hooter right here, maybe hit it. Maybe even do a coyote howl and see if I can get some to gobble. These woods right here, there's been birds there in the past. They roost back up that way sometimes, or they roost off in this direction, and occasionally up right in here. But is anybody's guess where they may end up this evening? They've had a lot of rain, the snow during the winter. It's melted. The roads are muddy, like this road right here. You can still see a little bit of snow up through there on the ditch, and you can see somewhere somebody came in here with a tractor or something. I'm not even about to attempt to go up through there. So if I was to hunt back in that way, I'd park right here and just walk. So day 4 of the hunting season for me will not commence today. It'll resume tomorrow, officially kick off day 4. This evening I'm gonna just see if I can locate some birds, and as soon as I find some, I'll let you guys know. You'll get to see them, hopefully. I got my main camera laying right here beside me, so I can hopefully get some footage. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little bit of woods right here, side the road. I was back out here in 2016. We watched some birds cross the road right here and go into this field, and then the coyote come after them. And we had been following those birds best we could by the roads. There's like a grid section out here of roads, dirt roads. Some of them are really muddy. And we couldn't figure out why those birds were just traveling in a straight line and going across barren fields. And we finally got to this spot and we parked and waited, and the birds came across the road. And then a coyote soon later came after them and then flushed them up into the trees. And so we figured that's what they were doing. The coyote was tracking them, and they knew it. But anyway, so you got a little bit of woods here. Let me get off this hill so if somebody comes over, they won't run into the back of me. I don't know if you can see the tops of the trees off there in the distance. There's a grove of trees right there, and that's where I think some are going to be roosted. Just found a flock of birds. They're in shape. We're in business. See if y'all can see that. Good. Can't tell exactly what they are. Got to be a long beard in a bunch. Definitely see some red, white, and blue heads. That one on the left kind of got a little bit of color, it looks like. Looks like he may be an adult. I'm trying to look at their wing patch, and it's kind of hard to see it from this distance. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I don't guess there's any sense in wasting any time just staring at these birds. I know there's birds in this. There's another one right there. Nope, sorry, that's a bush. Those will get you. That's kind of like car tires hanging from fences. I posted a meme about that earlier before the season started. You can ride down the road and you see farmers out here in the Midwest and probably other parts of the country hang tires sometimes over on a fence post, and for whatever reason, sometimes they'll paint no trespassing if it's near a road. I don't know how many times I've seen that going down the road and think it was Strutter initially, and then get a better look and realize it was just a tire. And bushes do the same thing. Oh, where did it go? That must have been something. It disappeared. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Well, I'm going crazy. Anywho. There's no sense in sitting here staring at these birds. I'm gonna go back to one of my other spots and try and locate some birds. The thing about this is I think they're on the private where we can't hunt. And the public is kind of right there to the right of them. It kind of splits it. But I'm assuming they're roosting. There's a big grove off that way. I'm assuming that's where they're going to roost. So let's go head on down the road and locate some more. Right now, this is going to be where we start in the morning, unless I find something more promising elsewhere. So this is one of the woods that I hunt a lot, or I've hunted a lot in the past. And sometimes they roost right in there, and then there's another little ravine that kind of goes up a little finger, and they'll roost up in there. That's if there's any birds in here. I have been out here, and the birds are not in here. They're in their winter flocks. They break up, kind of spread across the land. I think it's mostly the hens that do that and drag gobblers with them. So depending on if they broke up any. The snow hasn't been gone long, maybe just 2 weeks. So ain't no telling. Let's hit a coyote howl and see what we get. Got the farmer's dog to bark. So a lot of you ask, what am I coyote howling on? I'm just coyote howling on my turkey mouth call, same one I hunt with. The bark is just the rasp. My tongue is really relaxed, a lot of air. And the howl at the end is just the key from a turkey kiki run. Well, the dogs like it. I'm sure y'all can hear the dog, or dogs. They're about a quarter mile away. Alrighty. I can always come back and hunt this tomorrow if the other place lets me down, but when the sun's popping out behind the cloud, I thought it was a little lower. It's just top of the trees, so guess we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early, for day 4 of the 2019 turkey season. Not today. It's warm out here. Now that I've been walking for about 3/4 of a mile, I'm kind of
perplexed at the moment. We got woods that way, woods behind me. And those woods look like, they're more ideal for roosting. Although those could be too, but I see a lot of scrub brush around it. I need to get them to gobble in order to decide where I need to set up. There's not a whole lot of great options out here. I'm not far from the border of the private, maybe another 200 yards or so. I'm in a little valley with some cedars and other small trees. A lot of prairie grass. So I'll probably just have to tuck up under one of these cedars or something and hope for the best. But the terrain is great for moving around. All these little low spots and some cover. So let's do a coyote howl and see what we can get. They're roosted right over there. Not that far away. I'm gonna turn this camera off and get set up. Well, we're in the shooting light, but it's still not very bright out here. And based on where I'm sitting, not a lot of cover and no roost trees. A lot of people probably wouldn't call, thinking that the birds would figure out that, hey, there ain't no bird roosted over there, but I don't give turkeys that much credit. I want them to come this way. There's a field on the other side of the trees. I don't want them pitching down land there. I want them to come to this side. Just a waiting game right now. We got a 50-50 chance of getting a bird. And of course, that sounds kind of silly to say that because everyone has a 50-50, but if they fly down to that side, I'm done for at least for a little while. They may end up coming this way. But if they fly down on this side, they're going to come up here. I have 99% confidence they'll come right up to this little valley to check out this turkey that's the open over here. Well, if one doesn't come in, it's at least been fun so far. Alright, those sound like they're down lower the hill. Might be working this way. Okay, we're kind of right up in there. what's up. Quit gobbling. Fear something spooked them, or they turned around and ran to catch back up with the other birds, because they gobbled, and then a few moments later they gobbled farther away, and now nothing. It's almost like when birds get spooked and they take off running the other way, they sometimes will gobble because they're not terribly spooked. But we're going to assume that those distant, farther away gobbles were just different birds, not part of this group. And there's some still close by, so I got to keep my eyes peeled and stay on alert. These birds were roosted up in there down that way, and they ended up right here somewhere, maybe 50 yards in that brush. I'm gonna steer up this way in case they're still within fairly close distance. Almost look like a turkey up there, but I'm gonna go up here and get up on this ridge and see what I can see. It's kind of chilly out here. So I'm gonna just creep over this hill. One little step, just gain a few inches of elevation, scan back and forth, look for turkeys, make another step, do the same thing. Man, it's beautiful up here. It's easy to get distracted by the view. This bird could be right over the hill here. That's where they were at yesterday, right there. I think my best bet is just to slip on out of here and then maybe come back this afternoon or later this morning and go around and hit the road. Maybe glass up here to see if I can pinpoint them. Top of this will be ideal. I don't know if you can see it. There's a cedar tree right there on the edge. Of course, I won't be able to see much, but they'll run this ridge right here. I can shoot one. The wind's gonna be a factor though. If it's really windy, I'm not gonna sit up on top of this hill and have to deal with that nastiness. Nuts. Just watching a little bit of my favorite turkey hunting show while I take a break, and I'll get back out there in just a little while and try to get back on these birds. Weather's starting to improve. It's slowly getting a little bit better. I'm seeing some breaks in the clouds. Should see some peaks of sun. It's about 42 degrees now. I think the last time I looked at my gauges it said 42. It's supposed to get up around 60 today, so that'll be nice. The winds are supposed to pick up a little bit. It's a little breezy out there right now, but not too bad. And it's about a mile walk back in there, at least 3/4. But I had to come out of there because I didn't take enough drinks back there with me to sit for a long period of time. And I wanted to get some fuel in my truck and just ride around and see some other spots. Didn't see anything, I had a report there's some birds in another location, but it's hard to leave a spot where there's 6 or 7 longbeards all in one bunch. But I'll ease back there in about another hour or so, and then I'll make a little nice setup where I can have some good concealment and do some blind calling for a while. The birds aren't going anywhere. That's where they live. They'll wander around through the woods and the fields and stuff. I just got to slip in there and hopefully do it without getting busted. Here's that cedar. Oh. That's somebody's dog. What in the world? That ain't good. Somebody's dog's running right down where I was hunting this morning. Probably gonna chase turkeys everywhere. I need to get back on the backside of this ridge so birds don't see me. Dogs on that side, so obviously I shouldn't have to worry about anything. I thought it was a gobbler running along the hillside there at first, until I got binoculars on him and I thought it was a black dog. I think that's the same dog I saw out here a couple of years ago. I was riding around and thought it was a gobbler going across the field. From the road, I glassed it. Dang old dog. Probably chasing the turkeys. Probably done chased them on out of here. Yeah, he was coming from that woodlot there, running down the hill towards the woodlot where they were roosted this morning. Oh yeah, this would be great. Put the decoy out there about 25 yards. There's turkeys right there. They saw me. A couple of jakes just popped up over the hill. They weren't too nervous though. It was a dog. Dog chasing them. I'm pretty sure now why those birds quit gobbling this morning and took off. That dog. I got in here and was just sitting down and was getting the decoy, going to put him out, and turned over my shoulder, and there was two jakes sitting up on the hill, and they were acting nervous, and I thought they saw me. Then they kind of scurried off, and then moments later, here comes that dog right behind them. And a deer ran by. I wish I had the camera rolling for that. When I was walking over here, I was about 30 yards from this tree, and a deer just come barreling by me about 10 yards away. Didn't care that I was there. Terrified, it looked like running from something. And I was looking on my shoulders like, is there a bear or something chasing this deer? Probably that dog again. So hopefully he gets tired and he goes home and the animals settle down. But I was sitting here taking me a nice little siesta, just enjoying the warmth of the sun, which is gone now, but I was enjoying the warmth, and I was tired. So I'd take me a little nap and kill some time, because these birds like to loaf during the day sometimes and hard to get on them. So I figured I'd lay here and first thing kind of startled me awake was the sun beating down on my ear. It got warm and that startled me out of my sleep. I didn't know what it was. Or, of course, I knew it was the sun when I woke up, but in my sleep I didn't know what it was. And I just laid my head back down. Just moments later, I heard the sound of a bird flogging my decoy. And I leaned up and was hoping for some toms to be in front of me, but there's a couple jakes. And looking to fill my tags with a long beard. So we got some pretty cool footage of them. All right, I'm on the spine of the ridge. And they roost straight ahead on the private. A little bit of woods on the public here. You see some of them here, but the bigger trees that they like to roost in are on the private. Those birds gobbled. You can see that other ridge right out in front of me. They gobbled on the other side in the field. I'm gonna try to find me a cedar to set up on. The problem is the sun's gonna be setting in my eyes. I'll probably tuck in behind the cedar. Just to block the sun. Like this cedar, for example. If I wanted to hunt it, I would just tuck in on the back side here, but off to the edge where I can see around it and sit in the shade. Hopefully this wind will die down a little bit this evening. Be nice just to lay out. Oh, I've got birds right there. That's a long beard too. Let's see if I can get some footage of them real quick. It's on that hillside going down in the... Oh well. I saw a long beard. You guys will just have to believe me. Oh, these guys again. I don't know what to think. flatten my decoy. I'll just slip right along this ridge here. There's enough cover they can't see me on the backside here. Just curious where the rest of the flock went. Sure looks nice out here though. I think those birds could be on that other woodlot over there for all I know. Definitely not here. Could be over across the road too. Let's see here. I'll get you guys where you can see. I think they're right up in there. Actually straight back where this big oak tree is right here. Straight behind it. There's one up that way. That's where I killed my gobbler in 2016. There's 4 or 5 different gobblers I just heard. It was the first time I hooted before, or coyote howled before I got the camera out. One gobbled back up that way. Now the others were down this way. Some are farther back. We're in business. Going there in the morning.